YouTube? It's your boy FYB Cash Out, and I'm back with another, well, my first story time, and yeah, story time, and I got some GTA in the background for y'all pleasure, so y'all can watch your stuff. Yeah, okay, so let's get into story time. So I think I was about 7, 8 years old. Oh yeah, and this is the story time of how I got my ass beat for going to another neighborhood. And my parents thought I was missing. So yeah, so I was like 6, 7 years old. Oh yeah, in this race I sucked. But yeah, I was like 6 or 7 years old, and I was riding my bike around, like, so like the way my complex is set up, it's like a horseshoe. So I was at the top left hand side of my horseshoe, well, my complex, and I was just riding my bike up there with my cousin, just sitting over there. And my cousin's friends came over, and his friend said to him, "Do you want to go to a park?" And my cousin, he was like 14, 15 at the time, so he could go wherever he wanted. But me, being like 8 years old, I couldn't do really everything he could do. So I didn't really ask. I just thought, I didn't really think, because I was like 8. I didn't really think about the consequences of leaving the house by myself, and how my parents would react and stuff like that. So yeah, I went to the park. I just said, alright, bet. So it was a long ass drive. Like, it was a long ass, I mean, not drive, a bike ride. What the fuck am I talking about? It was like 10, 15 minutes. But as a kid, I felt like it was like 6 hours, like 10, 15 minutes. But yeah, I was riding my bike there, and we got there, and it was this parking. Like, we were pretty much new. Like, we didn't know really anybody at the park. So like, we just acted, well, I acted like my normal self. My cousin was talking about this one, I don't remember if it was a guy or a girl, but it was somebody. I'm pretty sure it was a little girl. But like, she wasn't little, but at the time now she would be little. She was like 8. She was the same age as me. But she had said something to my cousin, and I won't say his name because I won't give away his name, but I'll call him Jimmy the Cricket, because that's what we call him, Jimmy the Cricket. He said something dumb to him, and I had his back. I started talking about her. So like, for a good like 15, 20 minutes, me and her just kept talking about each other. Like, no lie, I just kept talking about her. Cause low key, she was kind of cute. Low key, I thought she was cute. So even though at like 8 years old, I don't really know how to flirt with girls and stuff like that at the time. So I was just talking about her and stuff like that. So yeah, me and her kept going back and forth talking about each other. And out of nowhere, she said some dumb stuff. She's gonna say something, "I'm about to go get my dad." I said, "On who?" "On you." I said, "Alright, bet." So like I was saying, yeah, she said she was going to get her dad. So I said, bet. Let's see what's about to happen. So she went to go get her dad. So me and my cousin James, we waited at the park for a little while. So she shows up with her dad. And I'm looking back at it now. I knew it was dumb as hell to wait at the park. So she shows up with her dad. And her dad says we were supposedly bullying her and stuff like that. So, so me and my cousin Jimmy the Cricket, oops, sorry, slipped his first name, but I ain't say his last name. Me and my cousin Jimmy, the Cricket, we were just sitting there, just okay, letting her dad talk about we were bullying her. So then, me and him, like, we low-key, like, me and him, and, well, it was me, him, and his friend, but me and him low-key said, okay, we was listening, but we really weren't listening, because we knew we wasn't really the one who started it, because she had said something to him first, and that's how it all had started. So me and him was like, okay, yes, sir. So then, he said he was going to do something. I think he said he was going to, I don't remember, but at the time, I felt it was, to me, it was like bad as hell. I think he said something like he was going to call our moms or something like that. But like, now thinking about it, this man did not know my mom. He did not know where we lived at or nothing. But at that time, I was younger, so I really thought he did. So, okay, so at this time, yeah, we're listening, okay. So out of nowhere, I take off on my bike. I just start going. But at that time, I was skinny as hell. Now I'm a big boy. But at that time, I was skinny. So I took off. Just started riding my bike to my house. I was going to my house. And just riding my bike. So by the time I got home, I'm thinking this man had already called my mom and stuff. My mom and dad are walking the back streets looking for me. Because like I told y'all earlier in the story, I did not tell my parents that I was leaving. So they were walking the back streets looking for me, dead ass, trying to find exactly where the fuck I was. Because I wasn't where they saw me, was at the top left spot of the building. So, I mean, not the building, the complex, the top left spot, like the horseshoe, yeah, the left side. But yeah, so they was looking for me. They thought I had went missing. Somebody had picked me up. Like they thought somebody had snatched me or some shit. So, long story short, I got my ass tore up. Like I got my ass tore up. Like my parents. Now my parents are pretty nice most of the time. They don't really whoop me unless I do some dumb stuff. Well, they didn't at that time. So that was one of the worst whoopings I've ever received. And the worst whooping I've ever received is when I did the matches. I play with matches in the street. But if you want that story time, like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get this video to... Oh, that's way too early in the video. But like I was saying, yeah, I got my ass tore up and shit, yeah. So then, later on, a couple days later, it was either a couple days or a couple weeks, I don't really remember, because when I was younger, I had a bad memory. So, we was at my cousin's house. I think, I remember him getting his hair cut. He was getting his hair cut. But yeah, when he was getting his hair cut, his mom asked us where we went. I told her we went to Burger King, and he ended up getting beef for that. And, because I was scared to tell her where we really went because I was younger. But yeah, I told her we went to Burger King.
Alright guys, yeah, let me cash out coming at you, and yeah, I want to thank you for
that's the end of the story time. If you want another one, like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get the video to 25 likes, and I will come out with another story time. And if you like this story time, just like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. Subscribe to my channel. You can subscribe to my channel. And yeah, and it's your boy YB.